Hey guys, happy Sunday. I wanted to show you guys my t-shirt because I'm totally loving it. And you can now get these t-shirts in my shop on Teespring, which is linked in my YouTube. So they're in every zodiac sign, but these are so funny. Let me show you guys. It says Aquarius AF. um, So, yes, my husband actually surprised me with these t-shirts, and he has one that says Leo AF because he's Leo. But then we were like, isn't that a great idea? I wish I could make these for my viewers, so we made them. So now you can get them on teespring.com, which is linked in my box below. Um, and I don't think they're published yet. They might be published tomorrow, but they're available for purchase there. So just check out my shop if you're interested. But anyways, I just thought that was fun and funny. But thank you guys for joining me. And no, I haven't started yet. Yes, I know I'm late. Let's talk about the collective energy first, and then I'm going to go into all the zodiac signs, Aries through Pisces. Um, Leo, her shirt should say patient AF. Why? You feel like Leo, you have to be patient with Leos? A little bit. Just a little bit. I love the sign of Leo. But you know, Leo is Aquarius's opposite sign, so we complement each other. Yeah. But anyways, I want to talk about the collective because there's major astrological events going on that's going to affect all of us, is affecting all of us. We're in the middle of it. And I know that you guys are feeling it because I have a lot of you reaching out to me about it. And I talked about it on my Facebook as well. I went live and talked about the energy shifts. And so you can catch that on my Facebook if you want, which is also linked below, Tarot Time with Dana on Facebook. So I'm going to talk about that real quick, and then we're going to do all the zodiac signs, Aries through Pisces, to see what's coming up this week. And I'm going to prepare my cards. So welcome. If you're new to me, awesome. My page continues to grow. I'm at 102,000 now, so I know I got a lot of people, new people in here, and that's cool. You're always welcome here. And thank you for all of the love and support. So, all right, so collectively speaking right now, we are, coming onto a full moon as of the 3rd, which is today, I believe. And let me tell you my experience last night. I'll get back to that in a minute. But on top of that, we have the Lion's Gate, obviously, where there is an awakening sort of energy happening. Now, this awakening energy started happening in early 2012, 2011, but you can see that it's gaining momentum, right, as we go into 2020 and peaking right at this point. So what can you expect? Well, you can expect true colors to show. And if you have any social media or television, then I know you've seen it. You're going to see scandals come out. You're going to see the truth of the character of who this person really is. You're going to see celebrities' true colors. You're going to see politicians' true colors. Things that have been long suppressed, withheld, denied from us are going to become evident to us. Your own secrets, if you've been suppressing emotion or keeping things or hiding things, hate to break it to you, the full moon loves to shine light on those things. So best to just tell your truth up front. Then you never have to worry about a full moon. You know what I'm saying? If you're just truthful all the time, you ain't got to worry about this, guys. But there's some shocking events going on right now. Big shocking events going on. And one of the things that's important to remember about the collective awakening is that the importance of understanding that at the end of the day, all human beings are equal. It does not matter how big your mansion is or how much power you have or who you know or how much money you have. And we got into this in the 80s and 90s and going into now, where we started looking at celebrities and politicians and millionaires as if they were superhuman. And we essentially gave them that superhuman power, which a lot of them weren't deserving of. And um, the true colors are showing, right? So we can't stay, we can't get closer to the truth of who we are as a collective when there are still illusionary energies in place. So you're going to see people's true colors, absolutely. I know that there's some big stories out right now, and a few in particular, and I'm not going to get into them because I don't talk about that on here. You know why I don't talk about politics and celebrities on here? Because it's unimportant to me. It's unimportant to me. I don't waste my time on it. I don't dwell on it. I don't worry about it. I don't care. Now, it's not that I don't have caring for them as human beings. It's just that there's so much bigger things going on in life than the few people that you think have so much control that actually don't have any control. Well, and even those people think that they have control, but they're getting ready to find out this year they don't have any control. Okay, so that control is going to be taken from them. Um, uh, so I just don't give my energy to it, you know? I just don't give my energy to it. Also, the more you watch it, the more it divides you, the more it makes you feel like you got to make a stance. And when you make a stance, essentially you set yourself up for division because what you're saying is what I believe is the absolute truth, and there are no absolute truths in life. No absolute truths in life. There are no absolute truths in life. So you've already taken a stance that has a lie associated with it. What you're saying is, what my belief is so true that I will not have empathy or understand anyone else's spiritual well-being or recognize them as human beings unless they agree with my version of life. I don't get into that, y'all. I don't look at it that way. I don't pick parties and I don't pick sides, and I choose the human being. Are they a good human being? Great. I don't care if they're poor or a millionaire. Awesome. If they have some learning to do, or maybe a human being that's fallen out of alignment with who they really are, I don't hold judgment for them, but I also, I'm not going to give that person my energy or attention. um, but don't get caught up in the right fight, because let me tell you, that's going to be really important, and that's one of the things we're waking up to is that illusion of social divide. All right, and the fact that division is just a thought process that you are allowing yourself to believe is the truth. And if you want to work with law of attraction and manifestation, you can't be in a spiritual or a mental place of divide and get there. You can't get there from there. You can't. So give empathy to your fellow human beings, even the ones that are being outed right now. And just realize that it may seem scary and things are going to turn upside down. Mostly through the 14th. There'll be a lot of endings. There'll be a lot of truths. There might be some deaths, because anytime there's an ending of a cycle, that's what happens. Nothing to be afraid of. It's all part of the natural rhythm of life. It's going to give you clarity. It's going to bring you to a higher understanding of who you are. You'll stop putting people on pedestals that you shouldn't have been putting on pedestals. And you'll start focusing on you and how your happiness and your alignment is the most important thing you could ever focus on, and everything else is irrelevant. Irrelevant. Because if we were all walking around in the alignment and the truth of who we are, we would not need this drama. So your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So just be who you are and chill and watch, observe and watch, and know that you're divine and you're beautiful and you're loved. All right. So that's my spiel on what's happening with the 8-8 Lion's Gate, and the full moon, and the new moon that's going to come after that. All of this wrapping up on August 14th, so stay tuned. But really, this energy will last all the way to December of 2020. I've been telling you guys that since last December, way before I could have possibly even known what this year would have looked like. And you can check out my 2019 collective readings still. You have to scroll, but you can find them still if you want to hear about it more. I just knocked my cards over. So I'm going to get started. Oh, I was going to tell you. So last night I woke up at 3 a.m. yet again, and the moon was so big outside my window. It was shining on my face. I had the most vivid dreams last night, spiritual dreams. I almost never actually went to sleep. It was almost like I was in a meditative sleep for the entire night, which made me kind of grumpy this morning because I like deep sleep. I like to be in a deep sleep. But I was like in this surface level sleep last night, and I was having all these vivid dreams, or whatever they were. A lot of them about spirituality and the conscious awakening. And then I opened my eyes at 3 a.m. and the moon is like literally right there, and it's so bright that you almost have to squint your eyes. And I thought, well, no wonder I'm having trouble sleeping. The moon was close and big. So, yeah. So anyways, who cares about all of that? Just kidding. But let's talk about you, because that's what we're here for, and that's all you have control over. So let's get to you. We're going to go Aries. We're going to start with Aries. Let me see what cards I want to use. I want to switch it up today. I've been using these too much, so I'm going to give them a rest. I think I'm going to use these. More of a traditional deck. As well as these, which I call my Carmen deck. And the Angel Tarot. And for guidance, I'm going to use my Law of Attraction cards, which are my new favorite, even though they're kind of sticky. And for the person you're dealing with, yes, I'm going to use these, like I said. All right, so let's get started. Shall we? Hoping for the greatest good for all of you that may watch or view this today. And I'm excited to see what this week holds. Hopefully all good things, all good, all good, all good, all good. And let's get started. So, Aries. Hey, Shaylee. Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. Let me give you a few shuffles here. Aries, you have the Sun energy, Leo energy for some of you. This is about happiness, tapping into your happiness, being more optimistic, getting reconnected with your higher self or your inner child, whichever you prefer to call it. Being more optimistic in the energy, certainly being more playful in the energy this upcoming week, Aries, especially if things have been really serious, or you've been taking things seriously in the past. This is more about like kind of celebrating who you are and just like, you know what, I am who I am and that's who I am. And, period, point blank. So kind of getting into that type of energy. So let's see. It says, I will not try to control the uncontrollable. That's what I just said. It's like this energy of just like, yeah, that's who I am, and for this week and this week only, or maybe starting this week, I'm just going to sit in that and I'm just going to be okay with that. And because there's no point in doing anything else, Aries, there really isn't. So this is kind of relinquishing control a little bit. And as you relinquish control, Aries, and as you release some resistance this upcoming week, Aries, by releasing that control, then better feeling thoughts come through, and you may have a better experience this week than you've had in past experiences. You'll feel a little bit more eager, a little bit more energy this upcoming week than maybe you have in the past. So this is good. Let's see. So you have the Ten of Wands here, Aries. That's that heaviness I felt that you were in. If it's not heaviness, it may have just seemed like, damn, I gotta work for everything. I gotta do this. I gotta do everything. Feeling like everything is falling on your shoulders at times. You know, it's like that type of energy where some of you may have taken on more than you should have, or you know, you overexpended your energy to some degree or another, or that's something to be cautious of this week. But I actually feel this is past energy, Aries. So, because I do feel there's a big change here and a big transformation, Scorpio energy for some of you, but let's see. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Aries. Feel good, look good, you know? So what's changing? Look at the change here. I want to show you the cards so that you can see it. There's this heaviness, right? The sense of feeling like you have to do everything by yourself or over obligated. Some of you overextended yourself. And then there's this moment in time where you're just like, you know what, I can't control everything. And worrying about everything when I can't really do anything about it right in this moment is just making me miserable, or making me feel a lot of stress or tension. And so there's a conscious choice to change that energy this week. And then, boop, look at there. Would you rather be in this energy, Aries, or this one? So I feel like it's that energy of just being like, is what it is, you know, and really feeling that and really putting yourself in that emotional space, and then getting some sort of emotional satisfaction. And I think the emotional satisfaction is coming from the fact that you've come to that conclusion this week. And then it's like, well, okay, so I'm not going to worry about all of that. So I've cleared all of this mental space, and now I have time to worry about what things that make me feel rooted, family, friends, things to be proud of, things to celebrate, enjoying good meal, tasting your food, enjoying the sun. It's like being present, you know? So it's like once you get out of this idea that it all must fall on you, or you must do everything today, and you think like, I'm only going to do today what I have energy to do today, and the rest will fall in place naturally as I continue to have energy towards it as each day passes. When you think about it that way, Aries, it loosens up the energy, you see, just in the way that you're thinking about it, because your thoughts become your reality, right? So it's all in the way that you're thinking about it. But I feel like there is happiness here, and this feeling of satisfaction, right? So unburdening yourself, absolutely, absolutely. And that may bring in a partnership or a relationship for some of you, or a friendship. But there's just this space of peace that I feel is available to you this upcoming week. So let's see the person you are dealing with. Now, the person you could be dealing with can be intimate or platonic, could be a coworker, could be a family member. We'll just see whoever shows up. My Aries. All right, so person that you are connecting with, hold on, I got a range sitting on my foot. Sorry. Person you are connecting with, the Hermit, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. So this person, as they've been in this isolation mode, Aries, where they've been thinking a lot about, I guess what's correct for them or what the truth is. There might have been some delusion, illusionment energy around this person, but I do feel that they're making a decision here, all right? And there's a light being shown on this situation, and that's so crazy because I was just talking about this, that this Aquarius full moon in particular, because of the other alignments going on, is really going to bring out the truth of people's true character, you know. And so there might be a light shown on that or you this upcoming week, but it allows this person to kind of move forward and walk away from whatever this was that they were hyper focused on, things that went wrong, things that they don't have, things that they wish they had, which things they wish they had said or done, or they're carrying some sort of regret to start the week here, but then they are getting enough clarity to have a light shown on it so that they can see the truth of the matter, and that helps them to either move on or at least push away from this negative energy that they had been being pulled towards. Yeah. This person is seeing the way. That's what it is. So it's like they may have been thinking for a long time, like, I don't see how this could play out, or I don't see like a solution here. And this week, this person gets this epiphany where the solution becomes very clear, and it allows them to walk away from whatever this was that wasn't serving them. Okay? Yeah. For those of you that had an ending with this person and you're done, 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 like that, this person is aware of that. They're very sad about that, but they're looking for the deeper reason for it, and they are going to get clarity that's going to help them to be able to kind of relinquish some of the emotional baggage of the connection, all right? Because I get a sense that there's one or two of you where you are completely done with someone, but they really aren't done with you, even if they say it. But because they have an emotional tie here, and then they see you doing so well, and that doesn't really sit well with them. But they're getting some sort of clarity here about what's best for them and what they need to do to move forward, okay? That's if you had a completion, like a complete ending. And I don't mean like a loss, I mean like a breakup. All right, that's for a few of you. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to be on here for 3 hours today. But yes, Aries, that's what you have here. So you have Scorpio energy, Leo energy, Virgo energy. But could be Aries, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right. Taurus. Taurus. Wow, okay. Taurus, you think you're special? You get 3 cards? Of course you are. Of course you are special. All right, I'm going to read all 3 since they came out together, but here we go. All right, so I have the High Priestess here, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords. So I feel like Taurus, yeah, claiming your power back much, yeah. There's that clarity. Some of you may be linked to an Aries, have Aries in your chart, because they had this in their spread as well. But it's like intuitively, Taurus, you already know what the most correct action is. And this week, you're going to have a victory, or you're going to speak on it, or you're going to get the information, the confirmation that you already knew was true. So some of you have been like suspecting something, or you feel something coming, because I have the weekend song in my head. I feel it coming. And you were sifting it out, with your intuition, without real proof, maybe. Or your intuition may call to you this week, and you may um, think, well, I don't have real proof that that's the truth, but you are going to get that truth, and that will become evident to you this upcoming week. And it's after some sort of action is being taken. So, standing in your power is what I mean. Because when we intuitively know something and then we get the confirmation that our intuition was correct, it helps bridge the gap between the ego and your soul. And you start to trust your inner self more when you have more and more and more and more proof and validation that what you're thinking and what you're feeling is correct, even when you don't have the physical manifestation yet. So I feel like some of you, that's kind of what's going on this upcoming week. Now, I was going to talk about this in the Virgo reading, but I actually feel it now, so I'm going to talk about it in the Taurus reading. I gave my Virgo child a challenge, a manifestation challenge this week, because he's really kind of he's been stuck, all right, in a rut as a young adult. And I told him, I said, I want you, at the end of me counting to 10, to think about a very benign object, anything, a marble, penny, button, feather, whatever. I said, and I want you to hold that thought for 10 seconds. So I'm going to play this game with you, Taurus, because I want you to listen to what I'm saying. So, Taurus, or really anybody else who wants to try this out, I'm going to count to 10, and then I want you to think of a very benign but realistic object that you could find this upcoming week. And I'll tell you why in a minute. All right, so I'm going to count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold that object in your mind. Now, don't think about it ever again. Don't look for it. Don't dwell on it. Don't think about it. I told my son, I said, I want you to go to bed immediately. I want you to assume that I'm nuts and think that everything I just told you is baloney, so that you don't focus on it. And then tell me if it shows up for you this week, right? So then he came home the next day, and he was all excited. And he came home and he said, I got it. I got it times 3. And I said, really? He said, yeah, what the object I thought of, I found it times 3 the next day. And his mind was blown. And I said, wow, if you can manifest something as benign as, say, a button, where do the possibilities end? Essentially what I was doing is I was showing him the power of your thought is real. And the more you get in alignment with that, the faster and the easier it is, and the easier life becomes for you, because you understand your power. So, whatever object you thought of, Taurus, or whoever decided to play this little game with me, come back in a week, maybe drop it on my Facebook, my Instagram, or on my YouTube, and let me know, what did you manifest? And did you see it come into fruition for you? Because I feel that same exact energy here that I felt with my son, who's a Virgo, who's also an earth sign, earlier this week. I want you guys to know too, after he figured that out, he also manifested a new job and new money, and he also manifested a trip to another state, all within a week. It was like boom, boom. As soon as his little light bulb went off, wow, it was like boom, 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 boom. I saw his face light up. And I was like, yeah. So start small. That was long for Taurus. Sorry, but I feel that's all pertinent for Taurus. I feel that's all pertinent really for all 600 of you in here if you're looking to expand your mind a little bit. If you're not already in tune with law of attraction, a lot of you already are. A lot of you already are creators. So that's a good starting spot. But Taurus, the message that's specific for you this upcoming week is understanding your own power. Your own power. So let's see. Ace of Wands, Judgment. Woo. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is all about that. You're doing some power plays this upcoming week, Taurus, or you're in a powerful energy to do so. Of course, you have free will, so if you don't tap into that energy and you don't believe it's possible for you, then this week will be just like every other week that preceded it. So it starts in your mind, and I think that's really important because some of you have been stuck and you keep thinking that you must do something, like take a certain action in order to manifest things. And so this is a reminder, Taurus, that it's the opposite. It starts with the thought and then the action comes natural as the second piece of it. It does not start with the action and followed by the thought. So so put yourself in that state of belief that the thought will become the natural action this week. And no, I'm not reading reversals today. But you have the Ace of Wands, Judgment, Nine of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So this is getting passionate, making some important decisions this week about your self-sufficiency, independence, finances. For some of you, a very important connection. If this isn't a connection that's external to you, then this is the connection with ego and self. Because look here again, this is the connection between your soul and your ego, between intuition and action. And intuition comes first, followed by action, then clarity. So really getting tapped into that energy this upcoming week, Taurus, is going to be really important, but it's also looks very good because it looks like your passion is returning and you're making some good judgment calls that may seem selfish to others. So you may decide to do things that maybe seem selfish to others, but they're selfless to you, meaning like taking time out just for yourself, pampering just yourself, maybe going off and needing to be by self, and there's nothing selfish about that. It's a self-love type of activity to do, right? And it helps you reconnect. That's what this is all about. So let's see who you're connecting with. Probably looks selfish to others, but I never put myself first. You should never feel bad about putting yourself first, and it doesn't matter how other people view that. If someone sees you in an energy of self-love and they deem that as selfish, that says more about how they feel about themselves and what they think. Basically what that person is saying, how dare you love yourself? Love me more. I am most important. How dare you make choices for yourself? Make those choices for me. You need to do that for me. Think about it, how it reflects onto the person that is calling you selfish. And why is that? Because usually someone only calls you selfish if your behavior doesn't line up to what their ego tells them you should be doing. And usually it's because they are coming from a place of putting themselves into more importance than you. And in essence, they are being selfish by judging you as selfish. You see how that works? So put it back on them. Put it back on them, Like, why is it selfish for me to be happy? Because you're not? Yeah? Does that make sense? Be both selfish and selfless. Is there a word for both? It's called empathy. Yeah, there is a word for both. Empathy for self, empathy for others. Look at that. So it's really interesting that that was the comment that came up. And usually I don't read the comments at all because it throws me off. But it's really interesting that that comment came up, right? And then this person also got the High Priestess, but it's preceded by the Five of Pentacles. So this person is taking this personally, okay? If you are doing this self-love journey or taking time out for yourself this week, this person may very well feel like, well, what about me? Can I come too? Or, you know, they're not in the same energy you are, Taurus, which may make them question you. Let's see why that is. Yeah, defensiveness here. So for a few of you, this person may see you be doing your own thing, Taurus, and intuitively it causes them to get their guard up or defensive or to feel like that they're being excluded. And they may try to find comfort in someone else or elsewhere in their life for this week. But even if they do that, even if they try and give their attention and love to another topic or another person or another thing in their life to distract them, they're still looking at you like, okay, what's going on with my Taurus? And can I, what's in my future? So they're trying to look towards their future, but they keep looking towards the past. They keep looking towards the past. What didn't work? What went wrong? Why they should be on guard. This person may fear things reoccurring or re-happening. So it's like they're trying to move forward, but then they're looking to the past and somewhat ignoring their intuition, although their intuition is saying to them as well that be a little selfish, because honestly, if this person gets into the same power energy, it only seeks to empower them, but empowered attracts empowered. Yes. So it cannot hurt them to get in that space, Taurus, because I feel like it will help them switch this energy to look towards the future and stop looking towards the past, because I do feel they're emotionally wanting to be available, or they are emotionally available, but they're not really showing that, or they're not really showing that, maybe because they're not really feeling that from you for some of you, but there's a sense of being on guard here either way, and assuming the worst, because this is kind of fear-based mentality, but their intuition is telling them, it's guiding them to move forward in more of a space of love and less of a place of fear, but they keep looking back or looking at you to see what you're doing and then comparing themselves, and that gets them all stuck. So this person's struggling a little bit more with that autonomy, I guess, than maybe you are, Taurus. And don't forget, guys, these can be interchangeable. So yeah. So that was really long-winded. Sorry, Taurus. I'm gonna leave it there though. All right. Try that manifestation trick this week. Let me know. All right. So you could be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. I have all of them out. Earth, water, they're all here. I didn't pull you a law of attraction card, Taurus, but I'm not going to, and I didn't feel I needed to because yours was about manifestation. So do the little trick thing I told you. Cancer. Wait, Gemini. Ooh. Gemini. Decisions, 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 decisions. Interesting, the King of Swords came out as the overall energy, as that is your energy. I feel, Gemini, taking more of a leadership role in your own life, making decisions from logic, thinking things through. This is a very truthful, blunt type of energy here, Gemini. So that can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you channel it. But usually the King of Swords to me is much more thoughtful with their words than, say, the Page of Swords. But there is the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so it can go one of two ways, you know. Be thoughtful with your words, right, Gemini? This card also to me represents freedom of thought, freedom to think the way that you want, freedom to live your life the way that you want, an assertion of that. And this says, I have the power to direct my own thoughts. Isn't that what I just said? It is. So, yes, getting clear, getting really, really clear, okay, and gaining some clarity this upcoming week, Gemini. Some of you need to sit and meditate. You need to make it a daily practice. If you're an air sign in particular, or you have heavy air placements, meditation is key because we're driven by our logical thought brain. And if we are not in control of that thought brain, it can get really chaotic, really chaotic. So sit in silence, maybe some meditation this upcoming week. Start focusing your thoughts, Gemini, and I see a lot of you are, onto the reality that you want to create, not the reality that you fear. And it might be a good idea to, I don't want to say like avoid negative people, because you can't necessarily avoid negative people in life. You're going to run into them. But for this week, maybe just tune it out. Yeah, tune it out. So if social media makes your brain crazy, or there's a really negative person in your environment, or you know, all of that, it might be a good idea to tune it out this week and just start focusing on all of the wants, all of your desires, dreams, your well-being, you know, things like that will be really important. Also, I think it was in your last reading where there was a lot of convoluted thought, or like a lot of confusing emotion and energy. I think that was last week's reading. And I think the advice, if I recall, for most of the zodiac signs, not just you, Gemini, was not to take action. It wasn't a week for action last week. And a lot of you, now that you've seen what transpired, you see why. Because the energy is so chaotic. It's just not a good time, right? So it was a sit back and kind of observe type of energy, Gemini. And I feel like now, if you have been able to do that, then there's some clarity coming. And this upcoming week will be more of a week of making decisions from that clarity, because you can't make decisions when your mind is all over the place, and it's not advisable to do that. But once you get into the space of clearing your mind more, and you get really consistent with it by practice of meditation for a lot of you, then this will kind of clear the air enough to where you can see the truth of a situation, if even for a moment, and that clarity is going to feel really good to you, because I can see emotionally there's still some stuff to work out. Holy cow. Yeah. So Gemini, here's the Three of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Three of Swords. So a relationship did not go as planned. That's quite evident for a lot of you. Oh no, Gemini. Okay, so what I heard in my mind, thank you for the 1111, Michelle, was an excerpt from a movie. I don't know why we're getting movie titles lately. Um, it's Doom and Despair. Doom and Despair. It's a cartoon movie. What is it? Ice Age? Yeah. Some of you have really taken it there, or this chaotic energy may have really brought you backwards or made you feel like you were going a little bit backwards, um, or may have you feeling like that this upcoming week. So again, you need to have clarity of thought. So sitting with yourself and sifting through the emotions and um, just allowing yourself that time to do that will be really important, because I do see that with the energetic shifts happening, especially towards the middle of the week, that it could bring up old hurt and loss for some of you. And I don't mean that in the physical aspect. I mean in an emotional way, putting you in an emotional space of just feeling at a loss. It could be in regards to a relationship, a reconciliation, or something that you thought was going to come together, even if it's not to deal with love, that didn't quite go the way that you wanted it to. But this emotional space here is helping to drive your most likely next action, which is towards some sort of new potential here. So don't make decisions until this emotional energy has subsided. Now, some of you, you've already went through this and you're in the action mode and you have the clarity and it's time to plant those intentions. Others of you, you're still caught up in this, and don't tell me you don't know if you are or not, because you know where your emotional self is. Then I would wait until that energy dissipates, until maybe the end of the week, and then it's action time. For others of you, like I said, you may have someone in your environment that brings this out in you, that reminds you of how you're not good enough, or reminds you of your insecurities. You may have a very negative energy around you, or you may be viewing stuff online that's very negative. And that's why I was saying earlier, for this week, you need to clear your space, because if you can physically limit this in your reality, then the energy looks quite good. It looks like a good time to come together with friends for some of you, or there might be a celebration, something to take action towards, and a new potential here. But that's only going to be available to you, Gemini, if you have the peace of mind enough to respect yourself enough to not entertain these thoughts, emotions, or this person for some of you. All right. So let's see, who are you dealing with? We got the Death card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Lovers, and the Devil. Holy cow. Well, Gemini, it's going to be really important this week that you have clarity of thought. Okay? So that if you get into the space where you're being sucked into something that is painful, or a painful whatever comes back up, or something doesn't go as planned, if you have that clarity and can see the bigger picture, it'll shake you, but it'll only shake you for a moment, and then you'll be back on your horse, you know? But if you don't have that clarity and that peace of mind, you're going to get stuck in that emotion, and this will kind of be put off. This person you're connected with, there's a karmic cycle that's wrapping up for them during this week. Absolutely massive changes. You could have had an ending with this person. They may have endings going on in their life that may not be at all related to you, but could be. And I just feel like this person they're stuck in this hamster wheel. So what I'm seeing is a hamster wheel, literally like a hamster running in a hamster wheel, where they think they're making a lot of movement, but they're not really going anywhere. They just keep repeating past mistakes or coming back to the same thing, or it's like they make movement forward, but then not really, you know what I'm saying? And it's a very codependent, toxic cycle that this person is going through, and yet there's endings here. So this person, they may be trying to change that, but I feel like they're struggling, you know. This person could also use some space to clear their mind, right? Because they have a fixation here, Gemini. For some of you, on you. If you had an ending with this person, they may be very fixated on you, or you might be very fixated on them. But either way, it's not a healthy way of focusing upon it, because they're focused on the loss, not on the potential future possibilities of things getting better or corrected, or, you know. And if you're closely tied with this person and they're going through that, and maybe you're doing okay, Gemini, they very well could suck you into that. And I'm not saying don't be there for someone that's going through something, but I'm also saying just know that you are also agreeing to participating in that energy with them when you meet them there. You know, when someone is in a very negative space, or um, let's leave it at that. If they're in a very negative space, it's okay to be there for them and have empathy, but just know that you have to lower your vibration to meet them there, which may feel very uncomfortable for you. Okay, so I'm not saying that's right or wrong. That's up to you to decide, because I don't know how this relationship is for you. I can't possibly know that in a general reading, and so I would never give advice either way. But I do feel you each share each other's pain, you know? If you feel karmically bound by this connection, so does this person. If you get fixated in a negative energy, they feel that too, you know? Or if they do, you feel that too. There's some sort of tie here, right? So clarity, 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 quiet your mind, Gemini. Clarity, clarity, clarity. That's going to be really important this week, okay? So I think a lot of you are still of two minds about something, even though you're working towards. Some of you have made a decision and you're like, I'm going to stick with that decision, and you have no plan to go back on it, but emotionally you're still like, I'm not sure if that's right for me, you know? And that's totally understandable, but it also kind of keeps you of two minds. And we can't move forward when we're still of two minds, you know? So have faith in the decision that you made when you were clear-minded, because that was the most correct decision for you, and things will line up. You know, just keep working on it. All right. So could be dealing with Capricorn, Scorpio, another Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag. I have all of the signs out. So that probably wasn't very helpful, but it's a general reading, so. You might want to go back and watch the reading from last week, Gemini, because I feel like this reading is tied into that one. That might be helpful to you. I often find that when I watch readings after the fact, to me, for me, I like to watch, like this week, I would watch last week's reading. I just get more of a perspective after the energy's passed. Because sometimes when I hear readings or I do them, I'm like, I don't know how that's going to play out. And then the time passes and I look back and I'm like, oh, that's how it played out, you know? It just helps connect the dots sometimes a little bit better. Because you have to think, you only have your now perspective when you're hearing these readings. But come back to it, okay? I find that helpful. Personal preference. Okay. Cancer. Cancer, you have the King of Wands here. So all about action, action, action. Could be connecting with Gemini or Aries. No, Gemini or Taurus or Aries, I guess. They have the same card. So this is going to be all about taking more physical action in your life, being more physically active for some of you, especially if you have been, you know, a bit lazy. I don't want to call you lazy. I don't think cancers are lazy at all, but we can be active with our bodies, but lazy with our mind, you know? Or we can be active with our mind, but lazy with our body, yeah? We feel our best when we're active in all areas, meaning we have active thought vibrations going on, we're keeping our body moving, and emotionally we're keeping ourselves kind of creatively entertained. That's when you feel at your best. So you're kind of being encouraged to move your body this week, maybe get outside a little bit, get more into action-oriented mode, or you may feel like, ooh, that energy is coming back, okay, or that you're ready for a little bit more action in your life. And this says, I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. Oh, I see. So this says you cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely, angry, worried, or disappointed. It's time to get out and experience. So, yes, physical movement will be important to you, like I said, especially if you have been feeling lonely, you know, or worried or disappointed. To sit in disappointment, to sit in the state of worry, to sit in a state of lonely is a very toxic energy to put yourself in because it's not true. It's never true. Whatever you're worried about is probably an irrational fear. If it's something that's actually wrong, worrying about it ain't going to change it. You know what I'm saying? Being disappointed or feeling lonely, that's not the truth either, because you're never alone. Your higher self is with you all the time. Even if that's the only thing you have, that's everything. That's everything. Your relationship with you and your higher self is everything. So you're never alone. You're never alone. Never. So if you have been telling yourself that, there's your reminder, okay? But yeah, let's see where this is headed. Let's see. Got the Death card. Nine of Cups. Oh, this is just like Aries reading. The Wheel. The Seven of Pentacles. So, Cancer. Lots of changes coming through. I honestly expect to either get the Wheel of Fortune or the Death card in every zodiac sign because of the Lionsgate energy that I spoke about earlier. And if you didn't catch that, you can rewind to the collective message. But I'm not surprised that this card keeps showing up and keeps showing up, as well as the Wheel. These two cards have come out in almost every reading. And it's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be. This is good change. This is good change, good change, good change. Okay. So there might be things closing out this upcoming week, and it's like putting yourself in the state of being more emotionally satisfied, and things are moving forward. All right. And this is divine timing here. It's time to plant your seeds. It's time to start taking action onto your life. You've been comfortable long enough. or some of you may be finding that emotional comfort this week, but the way that you're finding it is in by taking some sort of action. Okay, so it's, yeah, there's changes, but there's satisfying changes here, and it's the right time. It's the right time to continue to invest in yourself, to stay grounded. All right. Yeah. So let's see the person you're dealing with. Your message is kind of straight to the point, not quite like Gemini's. Poor Gemini. Oh, I love you guys. Okay, Three of Wands, the Hanged Man. Oh my goodness. Cancer. I'm not going to read all these. I'll take a peek though. All right, Strength, Two of Swords, Page of Cups, King of Cups. Three of Wands, the Hangman, Ten of Wands. So the person that you're connecting with, Cancer, they have their back turned. They're gaining some sort of enlightenment here, although everything feels so heavy. I feel like this person may be really getting stuck in the mundane and the day to day, where like everything feels like you have to, or everything feels like an obligation, where you look forward to weekends because you hate the week, where you look forward to like one day of your life and every other day is obligation. That's a terrible space to be in. And unfortunately, a lot of human beings spend a good portion of their life feeling that way, feeling tied and obligated, and that they must do something, that they have to go to work, or they have to. But you get to. You don't have to, you get to. You're blessed to be able to do those things. Reframe your thinking. This person having trouble with that though, everything feeling like an obligation, everything feeling like it's falling on them, everything feeling like, very burdensome, right? But then I feel like this person gets the strength here to come out of that energy, kind of. They're still uncertain. They're questioning their own intuition. They're still a bit guarded. But then at the same time, it's so funny because here they are, like, not really wanting to be bothered with, but then at the same time, they want to either give you a sign of affection or to see that from you, but then not emotionally available. So this person, they can't want for something and then also not be available for it. It's like they want you to come forward for some of you, but then they want to ignore you, or they're of two minds whether to come forward or to keep things to themselves, and they're going through this mental process, and it's all behind the scenes. I feel, Cancer. I feel this is something like an internal dialogue here, and it's like, okay, I know that I'm strong, but everything feels so freaking heavy, but I'm also not really sure if like I want to express this, or maybe I don't want to express this. Or maybe if I just wait long enough, they'll express it to me and then I don't have to express it. There's like yeah, they're reaching for something, but they also are scared of it or not believing in it, and it's causing tension. We all know what that feels like, right? Been there. And this person really thinks that they have to push their way through it, that they have to assert themselves into doing something that they don't actually really want to do. And if they could just let go of the idea of the struggle or the assertion and just kind of remove that resistance toward it, and I think that they would gain some enlightenment here about the fact that this internal struggle doesn't have to be so difficult. And I feel like, Cancer, for most of you, you're over here like, I'm good. You're not quite you're over the struggle. You don't want that struggle anymore. Yeah, you're ready to move your body, for action, for new. And you're a bit more grounded, I feel. This person has strong energy, don't get me wrong. They may be a very magnetic person as well, but I feel like they're a very complex emotional, they're in a very complex emotional state this week. So it could be dealing with Scorpio, Leo, Pisces, Cancer. I have all the signs here. Aries, Leo, Sag, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Taurus. Carmen, you made it! Hey, boo. I'm glad you made it. All right. Well, Leo, I wasn't quite ready for you, but your cards wanted to speak. So, Three of Swords and the Devil here. I just heard the devil's in the details. Okay. So, Leo, you got the Three of Swords in the last weekly that I did. So this may be a continuation of that weekly. Check it out. I feel like, Leo, this devil in this energy, in this card, has a totally different meaning than traditional tarot, which is good news for you. In this deck, it means freedom. Freedom from what? Hurt. So some of you have felt really strapped to past pain, current pain, things that may be really difficult to let go of, things that you fixate on, codependencies for some of you, addictions for some of you, or you could be tied with someone that's struggling with that this week. Absolutely. But there's an assertion of wanting freedom here. Okay, freedom from this energy, freedom from this fixation, freedom from this thought, freedom from this emotion. Yeah. So Capricorn energy here, let's see. This says, I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. It says, Leo, if I were contemplating an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we resolved the negative emotion. We would make sure we've come into alignment and then proceed. So, Leo, in layman's terms, what this is saying is, if you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling fixated, if you're feeling maybe not quite very Leo-like at some point during this week, that is not the time to make major decisions. That's not the time to take any action. That's the time to let it sit with it, feel it, and then let it dissipate. Now, when it dissipates and you are more in a state of clarity about it, and you could be more objective about it, then that's the space that you take action from. Because when we take space from a place of fear, hurt, rejection, loss, whatever, say you were to reach out to someone and you're in that space of like doubt and you're anxious and you're not really sure of the response, I can guarantee you'll call into a response to you that matches the emotion you're in when you reach out, which is not what you want. Not what you want. So, and I'm not saying all of you are thinking about reaching out, although some of you are, because that's the example that came to mind. But if you're going to do that, then you need to get into a space of confidence and clarity and assuredness, and not just telling yourself that, but actually feeling that. Then when you're in that feeling emotion, then you reach for it and you get the energetic response to that emotion. So whatever you're reaching for this week, whether it's a person, place, or thing, connection, whatever, that's going to be important to remember. And I feel like this message, I feel like this is either you, Leo, or it's someone you're dealing with. That person, so, you could be dealing with someone that's kind of fixated and stuck and they're not really sure. And so that encouragement may be for them as well. But we'll see. Oh my gosh. I told you I'm going to get the death card in every zodiac sign because of all the massive changes going on right now. All right. Now, here's what's really crazy. Major Arcana, the Lovers, Major Arcana, the Star. You have some huge energetic shifts coming through this week. And when it ends in the Star, that's good news. Yeah? So there definitely is going to be a change here. There could be a change in a very significant connection that you have, and it could be with Scorpio, Gemini, or Aquarius in particular, or Capricorn. But it could really be with any connection, but there's some massive shifts here. Okay, and I feel it's towards the better, but we'll get all of the cards out. I feel like there's an ending here to old heartache, to things that you felt tied to this fixation here that you had or they had, and there's a healing energy coming through. Now, I feel strongly for almost all of you, this is going to be in regards to another person in your life. I don't feel this is sometimes when I do readings, I feel like it's all about you and not about anybody else. Well, it's always all about you. But this week, I feel like there's somebody in particular being highlighted. But it could be a self-love journey. And if that's the case, you're letting go of old hurt, you've changed, you're making decisions in your highest good, you're shining like a freaking star. Leo, like, yes, take action from this space. Once this old stuff dissipates, and you come in alignment, your ego and your soul are on board, and you've got clarity, whatever you reach for this week will reach back for you. Promise you, especially with the star energy here. And like I said, if this is in regards to another person, that's the space you need to get in before things can heal. OMG, what'd I tell you? This is in regards to someone else. Okay, so self-love journey people, my single people, this could be in regards to a family member, friend, or coworker, but this is a significant connection. This is a significant in connection. Look at these two cards. Twin flame for some of you, if you believe in twin flames. Wow. So whatever this old fixation was, you have somehow found harmony with it in your mind. You've rationalized it, or you've thought about it long enough, or you changed your thoughts about it for some of you, and or this person has, or you both have simultaneously, which often happens with soulmates, and it just totally flips the situation upside down in a very major but positive way. So if you've been hoping for change, you've been hoping for healing with a significant connection, this is here. This is showing up. That's exciting, Leo. Let's see the person's energy that you're dealing with. This is exciting. Seven of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Just give me one more. I said one more. All right, fine. Ace of Cups. Yay. Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles, not so yay. All right, so the person you're connecting with, which more than likely is this person, because you have a fixation on this connection. So if you're watching this and you're like, I don't have a very significant connection, then this is not for you, because this is significant. You would know who it is. There's a fixation here, period. This person over here, they are trying to be patient in the energy. There's some sort of light being shed on the situation. Okay, so they're seeing new possibilities here that probably they didn't see in the past. There might have been disappointment, trust issues. There still could be some trust issues, some back and forth. I'm not going to lie. This person is a bit untrusting in general. You know, they tend to question themselves emotionally a lot. And that does kind of supersede how they actually feel sometimes. So this person may make decisions more from logic because they trust that more than their emotions. But, you know, this person is having some sort of light being shed on new possibilities. And there's a lot of past energy here. So you could have significant past with this person, children with this person, or simply, like I said, soulmate type of energy here. But it's like there's some sort of light being shed on the past in this person's energy. And it helps to show them where their true emotion is, where their true love is, whether that's with you or not with you, etc. They may have a lot of old stuff from the past emotionally bubble up this week, which, yeah, they have a little bit of trouble with that. But ultimately, I do feel this person wants cooperation. There is love here, Leo. This person may be in love with you. You may be in love with them. But it's like they don't trust it. They feel it, they don't trust it, or they feel it and then they over rationalize it, you know, like, I feel so good around my Leo, or I really love my Leo. And then at the same time, they're like, but what are they up to? You know? or, or there's something untrusting here. Or they're like, well, logically, I shouldn't feel that way. Or they start overthinking it, or, you know, they have a past history of doing this. So you're already aware of this personality trait, because it's been evident for a while, you know. But your energy is all about, all right, let's change this connection. Searching for faith and hope and healing, and yeah, reconnecting with yourself as well. It's exciting reading. Please let me know. Okay. Okay. You could be dealing with Aquarius, Scorpio, Gemini, Capricorn. I feel this message is strongest. Now, it could be applicable to all of you, but I feel it is strongest for those of you dealing with those 4 specific signs. But like I said, I have Libra here as well, and Cancer, Pisces, and Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus as well. I'm at 918. Woo! My goal is to get to 1,000. Someday I hope I reach 1,000 in here. I don't know why. I like to set goals for myself. We'll get to 1,000 today. One can hope. All right. Virgo. So, Leo, if that resonated, go watch last week's reading, because the 3 of Swords was in that reading as well. It might be good to do a look back, you know. The last live I did last Sunday. Libra. No, Virgo. Oh, Virgo. What about you? Sorry, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Virgo, let's go. Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. This is challenging energy here, Virgo, but nothing you can't handle. Because what you're being encouraged to stay practical, stay realistic, stay grounded, trust that whatever challenges come your way, that it cannot budge you. Don't go into fear, don't go into anxiety. But that's why I was saying it may be very important for you to stay very practical this week, meaning that you are doing things that help you to feel more stable and more grounded. Thank you for the super chat. I think it's Gracie. So focusing on the task at hand, keeping yourself in the present moment, not letting your thoughts drift too far away from you. It may feel a little scary if you go there this week. But let's see what this is all about. Rising to the challenge, I would say. This says, causing pain for others would attract pain to me. It says, Virgo, the flawed premise that my way of thinking and my way of life must be the only correct way, therefore all other ways must be stopped, is the basis of the majority of unhappiness on the planet Earth. So, if you've been stuck in this challenging space of knowing what your beliefs and your thoughts and ideals are, and then feeling the need to assert that, push that agenda on other people, then this is saying you're getting in your own way, because everybody has the right to believe and do their own work and do their own investigatory work and find what lines up with them. And what's right for you may not be right for them. How you believe may not be how they believe. And it's in the art of being okay with that you will find the most peace in your life. It is only when we think that other people must behave, do, act, etc. like us for everything to be okay. But this is saying let go of that flawed premise, all right? Just kind of go with the flow. Do what's best for you. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You also don't need to assert this belief to anyone else. Sit in your knowing, Virgo. That's your knowing, and that's okay. Okay, so trust. I always say, if your belief is so fragile that it's only true to you if someone else believes it, then you need to question that belief. Yeah? You don't need other people to see life the way you see it. In fact, most of them will never. What you need to do is respect and trust your own self and respect others' ability to be able to do that. Also, if someone's trying to force you to believe something that doesn't feel right to you, I would just respectfully say agree to disagree this week. I would really encourage you to not see that as a challenge to then come at them with, well, this is how I believe it is to be true, because that is a right fight. You're going to waste energy. Just say, agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Move on. Okay. So then you have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Ooh, we got a lot of cards. The Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. So, I just burped, sorry. Thank you for the $20, Sherry. Knight of Cups, Four of Cups. Let's start there. Sorry. That water I drank caused an air bubble. Anyways. Virgo, so you may be trying to emotionally open up to someone that's not emotionally available to you. Or vice versa. Somebody could be wanting you to emotionally open up and you are not available to them. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, trying to force someone to open up to you when that's not in the mental space that they're in is a waste of energy. And some of you have been trying to come at it from different angles. Like maybe if I appeal to their emotions, maybe if I appeal to their anger, maybe if I appeal to this, maybe if I appeal to that. You know, and this person's just not having it, no matter what way you come at it, no matter how you say it. And you're getting exhausted, you know, trying to convince. Or it could be interchangeable. I don't know how many times I have to say that, where someone's doing that to you, Virgo, trying to come at it from all different angles, and you're like, not interested, not interested, not interested. But there's some sort of challenge here that I think that you have tried to come at it from an emotional space, no change. Then you try to come at it from an action-oriented space, no change. You know, and then so what you finally have decided, or you will be deciding this week, Virgo, is to stop coming at it at all. Stand in the belief that this is right for me, this is how I feel. You don't have to feel that way for us to get along. You don't have to believe what I believe for us to get along. You don't have to be always on the same emotional page or energetic page as me for us to be able to cooperate as human beings. It's letting the challenge go, all right? And or if it was someone doing that to you, they have exhausted themselves, and you're just like, okay, you can keep coming at it from all of those angles, but I'm going to sit in my well-being, and when you decide to come and just sit in this well-being with me, I will cooperate with you, but not a moment before. So let's see what this person's energy is then, Virgo. Ace of Cups. Ooh, Two of Swords. Ah! Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. Yes! Oh my gosh! I want to show you these two depictions. Tarot is so funny. You know, most of the time I know the message without the cards, but I like the cards as a place, a focal point. But it's also so funny because look at this. That's what I was just saying, right? This is on your side. This is someone trying to approach someone or something from lots of different angles, right? This person not interested. Then you come over here, look at this person's energy. What do you have? You have different approaches, different things here. This person is what? Yeah. Not hearing you, I don't hear you, I don't hear you, I don't hear you. You know what it is, Virgo? Don't take it personal. This person doesn't know what they believe in. You know, or they don't know how they feel, and you trying to show them or convince them just makes them more closed off. That could be so freaking frustrating, and I know how that feels, especially when you're trying to come from a place of help, when your intentions are good and someone can't hear you out. That's very, very frustrating. That could be challenging. You know, and this person just it's not that they don't want to, they don't know how they feel. They're uncertain. So they're not really open to hearing it. You know, it's like this person, they really block themselves from their own intuition, which is not the healthiest thing to do, but again, that's their choice. You can't force that. You can't force them to open up if they don't want to open up. Now, it's like they're being presented love. It's so crazy. This person is shooting themselves in their foot. I'm not trying to be hard on your cross watcher, but it's like, hey, there's love for you. Do you want it? What? No. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, there's an opportunity here. Money, maybe? Do you want it? Nope. There's news coming in, communication, new information, intuition. Do you want it? No. Well, what the hell do you want? That's what I want to ask your. I get your frustration, Virgo. What do you want? They don't know what they want. This was the same message I had last week, Virgo. Go watch last week's. In fact, I got a movie clip from The Notebook. No, Message in a Bottle. I don't remember. One of those sappy movies where he's like literally shaking her, like, what do you want? You know? Some of you this may be a continuation. And don't get it wrong, it could be flipped. Somebody could be very frustrated with you for not seeing their point of view. Trust me. It can be vice versa. And it could be that you're doing it to each other. Like you're trying to tell this person what you think is right. They're trying to tell you what's right. Or they're blocking you off because they believe what they believe is right and you've come at an impasse. Well, both of you just understood you can be cooperative components without agreeing on every single topic and every single thing, then all of this challenge would dissipate and you'd have more trust. So I would say you have two very strong-willed people here. Anyways, if this is frustrating you, Virgo, this says just focus on your family and your happiness and your emotional contentment and just trust that they'll come to whatever conclusion they need to come to without you having to assert yourself into the situation, all right? Could be dealing with Taurus. Definitely Taurus. I love you, Taurus, but you're a fixed sign, so you could be kind of stubborn. And you know what? That's really crazy because I got a message about Virgo in Taurus's reading, and now Taurus came in to Virgo's reading. So Virgo, if you have Taurus anywhere in your chart, go check out that reading. But I also have water here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I have air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I have fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. So it could be whoever this is resonating with. If you ever see me bouncing around like it looks like I'm shaking, I have restless leg syndrome. Somebody made kind of a nasty comment on one of the lives I was doing, and especially like the longer that I sit here doing these readings, because I have so much energy coursing through me, I get more and more fidgety. I'll start playing with my hair more and my face more, and I'll start shaking my leg. And someone, I don't know, it's not really kind to like point out people's quirks. Although I'm totally fine with mine. I'm an Aquarius. I don't care. I'm quirky. But anyways, I say all that to say, if you see me shaking like this, it's because my leg over here is going like 300 miles a minute. I do it when I lay down. I do it when I sit still. I do it when I've been sitting too long. I get really, really anxious. Not anxious, because emotionally I feel totally fine. But my body is like, my body ain't having it, you know? Libra. Hey guys, if you have a chance, give me a like. If you could just pop out of the live real quick and give me a like, that would be so super awesome. It helps keep my video in the news feed, helps grow my channel. I appreciate that. All right, Libra, your overall energy is Libra energy. Nice. So this is justice here. This is having integrity, feeling more balanced, feeling like yourself, you know. I love when the zodiac sign I'm reading for gets their own card in the overall energy, because that lets me know that the energy will feel comfortable to what you're capable of handling this week. So if things have been feeling out of control or chaotic in the weeks prior, and this week it still may feel a bit chaotic, but you'll have enough energy and wherewithal to be able to handle whatever comes your way. Yeah. So then I have complete control over my thoughts. So Gemini had this. You may be linked to a Gemini. But this says you can find in yourself an endless loop where you explain that you feel negative because of the negative behavior of someone else. But if instead you take control of your own emotions and you think an improved thought because it feels better to do so, you can turn it around. This is a reminder, Libra, that you don't have any control over what anyone else says, feels, or does. All right? But you have complete control over your own thoughts, your own expectations, and the way that you handle it. And I feel like you're in this space, like I said, Libra, where you understand that this week. And so you're not going to be easily thrown off by other people's behavior or moods or what other people may have going on, because you don't have control over that. So this is saying keep the integrity there, Libra. Take the higher road and just sit in the knowing that you're in complete control of yourself and how you feel in this situation this upcoming week. So let me get some cards out. So you have the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups here, Libra. Nice. Whoa. And then a ton of cards. The Emperor, Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords, King of Wands. Holy cow. I almost said holy guacamole. Which guacamole sounds really good right now, actually. Anyways, Libra, there's emotional fulfillment this week, okay? There's a sense of, like I said, having enough emotional escrow. And if you follow Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, you know what that means. But for those of you who don't, it's having enough emotional maturity to be able to handle situations in a way that does not get you all combobulated, but also where you can be fair and objective and keep your integrity about you. So I see that here again. You know, definitely wanting to be more in control of your emotions and what you lend your emotions to, and wanting to go towards more of satisfying feelings of being at peace, feelings of being more happy. You know, there's a lot of love here, okay, Libra, and it could be self-love or love with the people surrounding you or person surrounding you, especially if you're dealing with a fire sign, but it can be anyone. But I just feel like, Libra, you're in this space where you kind of want to protect that a little bit. And I don't blame you. If it's taken you a while to get this balance back into how you're feeling, I would say it's normal to then want to protect that, right? But you don't really need to protect yourself once you have the confidence in your ability to control emotion. Because then it doesn't really matter the circumstance or the people around you. If you're connected and you're aligned, you know, the house could be on fire around you, and you would have control and a higher understanding even in those situations. So you can kind of let go this expectation of like needing to protect yourself, or this expectation of like someone coming to steal your emotional well-being, because that can't be the truth. That is not the truth of who you are. No one can do that. But you are getting some clarity here. Some of you some new information as it pertains to something in your emotional life. But you're getting fired up here, Libra. All right. And especially towards the end of the week, this is more of a dominating force, more in control, ready for new, feeling more confident, ready for action. All right. And like I said, for some of you could be dealing with someone that you have a lot of love for, that you might be getting clarity with, especially if it's a very dominating energy like this person or a fire sign, but we'll see. So Temperance here, Sagittarius energy, King of Cups, could be water. Ooh, the Six of Wands. Oh my gosh. I have a song in my head. Going to the distance. The only lyric I heard was "go into the distance." It left. I don't have no clue what it was. I could hear it and then it was gone. Into the Mystic by Van Morrison. That is the name of the song I just got. Random. Into the Mystic by Van Morrison. I think Van Morrison sings it. I could be wrong. Maybe that song's significant. Go check it out. Into the Mystic. Into the Unknown. Okay. So, I wish I knew what that song was about. I'll have to look up the lyrics later. But anyways, check that song out. Maybe pertinent for you or the person you're connecting with. This person may be going into the mystic, you know what I say, into the unknown, but in a positive way, meaning like this person may be trying new things, new ideas that maybe they didn't believe was possible for them in the past. You know, they're just willing to try something new this upcoming week, and it could be because they're being forced to do that, or it could be because of free will. But I just feel like this person had to make this choice on their own, though. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where that message came from, about you just kind of needing to relinquish control. You don't have any control over what this person does or how they feel. But so by doing that, Libra, and you kind of easing off a little bit, this person's energy naturally raised their vibration to maybe consider some things that they hadn't considered before, you know, and they may be getting some affirmations of that or proof of that this week. I feel like this person's wanting to be really independent and emotionally secure and ready for new things and ready to kind of rise above or overcome things that they had trouble overcoming in the past, because I do feel like this person's wrapping up a very significant chapter in their life, and they're coming to this space where they're ready to talk. If you haven't been talking to them, they may want to communicate. They may do it very hastily, though. They may not really think about what they're saying when they say it. They may feel very rushed in the way that they're thinking about things or in their decision making. So a little caution there, because I do feel a very rushed energy. Like this person gets into, oh yeah, adrenaline rush. That's what song's playing in my head. Twista, adrenaline rush. They may get an adrenaline rush And then that's the space that they're coming from. So I guess like yeah. Well, our desire gets sparked in many different ways. So whatever it is, there's a buildup here, and then something coming to a head or something coming full circle, and then this person's like, I gotta tell him, I gotta say it, I gotta text this, I gotta, like this very rushed energy. Now, I think that's why it's important that you stand in your integrity, right? Because think about the message I just told you, Libra, which is you don't want to be in this space where this person can rush you. Because if this person is in that space of adrenaline, or like they want, yes, I made my mind up, this, that could feel like a very tense to you if you're not in control of your emotional self, meaning you could rush yourself just because this person's rushed, and that's not really where you're at. So take your time, stand in your power. You know what you feel, you know what you think, you know where your integrity is. So just remember, could be dealing with Libra, Aries, Sag, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. Pretty much all the zodiac signs out yet again, so. Rick says, haste makes waste. That's right. All right. Scorpio. I go in order of the zodiac signs, so it goes Pisces, no, Aries through Pisces. So Aquarius is second to last. I've tried to go in a different order in the past, guys, but I didn't reach it. I have two different thoughts going on. I tried to mix it up in the past, like go through different zodiac signs, but it throws me off. It throws me like way off. Thank you for the super chat. So anyways, I always go in order. I got 976 in here. Hey, one of my moderators, if I reach 1,000 today, which is my goal, will you screenshot it for me? I would just like that. Or any of you that are watching, can you screenshot it if I hit it? I don't want to be focused upon it because whether it happens or not, I'm fine. But it would be cool to have a screenshot. Is that dorky of me? I don't care. Anyways. Scorpio. Scorpio, you have the Page of Cups here, which you had this in the last reading. Lots of repetitive messages this week. So this is about new connections, friendships, wanting more peace in your life, being more emotionally available. Yeah, there might be a significant connection here for you this upcoming week, because for some reason the Page of Cups in this deck reminds me of the Two of Cups in traditional tarot, where like there could be a very significant connection, but it can also mean the connection between your higher self and your ego, and that being highlighted this upcoming week. So let's see. I have Lips of an Angel in my head. Is that a song? I don't think that's the title of it, though. I'm the lips of an angel. Who sings that? If you know that song, let me know. I can't think of... I can hear the lyric. Anyways, we'll see why that's important in a minute. If you know the song, let me know. Oh, it's Hinder. That's right. I don't know what the title is. Is the title Lips of an Angel? Anyways. This says, I will not ask others to become different for me. So you've gotten this card before in your reading. So there might be a significant connection in your life where you feel like everything you are is not who they want you to be, or this person may feel like everything they are is not who you want them to be. You know, it's like never being enough, or it could be that your expectation is for someone to behave differently than how they're behaving, or to be different. Like you may want someone to change for you, or vice versa. And this is saying either you love someone for exactly who they are, or you leave it alone. We got to get out of this habit of trying to mold people to what fits best to our narrative. It's not fair to the other person, because each of us has our own divine purpose, our own divine light to shine. So either you find someone and you love them exactly for who they are, and they do that for you, or you leave it alone, you know? So that may help you to release or come to a conclusion this upcoming week. Can you love that person for exactly who they are? And if so, when you start focusing on the things that you love about this person in your thoughts and your heart and your mind, or when they're physically near you, they will not help but to see the love in you. So when we see the best aspects of other people, then they cannot help but to see the best aspects in you. It is law of attraction. And I went into that in your last weekly reading as well, I believe. So check that out. But that's kind of what I'm feeling here. Maybe a significant, like I said, connection. And it may be intimate, it could be platonic, it could be a family, it could be friend. We'll see. Whoa. Whoa, the Tower. Nine of Swords, the Tower, the Nine of Cups. Then didn't I say either back in there. That the Tower or the Death card is more than likely going to come out in all of these readings. Which, Scorpio, you love change. Well, no, you don't. You're a sign ruled by change, but you don't always love change, all right? Because you're also a fixed sign. So sometimes you don't like that feeling, even though you thrive in the realm of the unknown. So this week may feel scary to others, but it may feel perfectly fine to you. You know, as part of your Scorpion nature, it's easy for you to transverse things that may seem very dark and scary for other people. Scorpio, this is your like superpower. You're like, that's what, that scares you? Like, no, you know, I live there. Like, I'm not scared of that, you know? And sometimes you can be a beam of light for people who are looking to feel better, when people are looking for inspiration of how to just kind of go with it, or allow yourself to be okay with things that seem scary in general. That's your super strength. So Nine of Swords, the Tower, Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Stuck in your head much? So if you have been stuck in your head, or feeling stressed or anxious, or some of you insomnia, not really getting restful sleep, things feeling a bit turbulent, out of control, that's going to, I feel. But it's all in how you handle it, Scorpio. So I feel like there's some unexpected changes here, but at the same these unexpected changes give you the clarity that you need to feel satisfied with the decision that you have made or will be making, and it gives you resolve. You know what I'm saying? So it's like getting really resolved in what you stand for, getting really resolved in what you believe or what you think your best next action is. Yeah, the word resolved is very strong, and I don't mean like resolving a problem. I mean standing in a resolution, being resolute about a decision. Yeah. So, expect the unexpected this week, but in a positive way, because whatever this is, it helps refocus your attention as well. So if you had been stuck in like this stagnant mental space, well, things are changing, and that change may be unexpected or feel out of your control, but it's actually relinquishing that hyper focus that you had, and shifting your focus into another direction, which is more emotionally satisfying for you. But yeah, there is this resolve here. Some of you, a fixation here. This is a fixed sign thing right here. It's like being happy things are changing, but then like not really wanting to change with it. Like you're seeing change occur, but you're like, I ain't on board with that. Or you're watching other people stress out maybe, and you're like, I'm fine, or like, I'm not gonna budge off of that. Scorpio, Taurus, Taurus gets a bad rep for being stubborn, but a Scorpio, you take the cake. You take the cake. And I don't want to call it stubbornness, because this is what makes you strong. So please know that I mean this with love. Once you have your emotional mind up and you're resolved, you're resolute in that, you won't budge on that. And that's not a bad thing. But sometimes other zodiac signs that are more mutable in nature, they don't really care for that about the fixed signs, because especially if you're dealing with someone that's more of like, okay, let's go with the flow. I don't really, I don't think that way. That could be really frustrating, and I totally get it, because I'm a fixed sign as well, and I know that I frustrate people. But same, if I'm resolved, right? So I hear you. So let's see. Some of you may have some changes going on, but you're still trying to hold on to the past. That's just a few of you, but I'm going to tell you what, you'll feel much more emotionally satisfied when you look towards your future, and new connections or new ways of thinking about something, and or acceptance. Because if you go to the overall message, it was acceptance of who you are or who this person is. When you get into that space, it's a little bit easier to let go. So then you have the Six of Cups and the Chariot on this person's side, Justice. And their cards flew over here. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I knew this was going to come out. The Two of Cups. So remember I said at the beginning, this card reminds me of the Two of Cups. And then what did I get out? Two of Cups. So you're dealing with a connection this week that feels like a soulmate, or it's a very significant connection to you. Like I said, it could be friend, family, lover, whatever. So there's further confirmation of that. I feel like this person is moving on from the past, all right, and looking for more balance and peace in their life. They have done some soul reflection, particularly on you. They've done a lot of reflecting on this connection. They've done a lot of spiritual work around this connection, etc. And or this is just highlighting the fact that, or confirmation for some of you who've been wondering, are you spiritually tied to this person? And the answer is yes, but not in the way that you think. So there is a spiritual tie here, and I use that term loosely because sometimes when people hear, "Oh my God, I hit 1,000 in here," I spoke it into existence again. High five, guys. Sorry, Scorpio. High five. I just got done telling them my new goal is 1,000 people in here at once, and I have 1,000 people in here. Scorpio, you must be good luck. Sorry. Anyways, what I was saying, Scorpio, is I use the term spiritual tie loosely because when people hear that, they think they don't have a choice. Meaning, like, some people feel like, well, how in the heck do I cut the cord? How do I stop feeling the connection? You know, what do I need to do to get away from it? Like, they start to believe that they're literally physically tied to the connection. And that's not what it means. It just means that you share a spiritual thread or a common lesson with this person. Okay? That doesn't mean you have to have them in your life. That doesn't mean they are in your life. Or that you must continue to put work towards this. This just means that, spiritually speaking, you share a common thread. Now, for a lot of people, that does feel like a very strong thing to ignore, and I see that here. Okay, so there is more than meets the eye when it comes to the connection. But I feel like this person, they want to move on from the past, period. That could mean a lot of different things. This person may be getting into this space where, especially if they have Libra aspects, and go watch the Libra reading if they do, where they are in acceptance of who you are, you know, or they're getting to this point where it's just like, it is what it is. You know, that's who they are, and that's who they're always going to be. Or you may be in that space. But it's not a space of like disappointment. It's not like, oh my God, that's who they are. You know, it's more like, yeah, okay, I can be okay with who they are. Like, I'm okay with that. I can love that person for the way that they are. You know, like more like that. Like I said, it's a tower, but it's a positive affirmation. It's a positive emotion. You know, that's for a lot of you because they feel a strong connection with you. So what choice do they have? Either they try and force change, and that's never going to happen, especially you being a fixed sign, or they just accept it for what it is. And that's kind of the point that they're coming to, or the point you're coming to, where it's just like, okay, then fine, I accept it for what it is, with or without you. Whether I'm with or without you, I accept you for who you are. Scorpio, you need to do the same for them because it could be interchangeable, and then the energy moves forward. Okay, so acknowledgement is important. In order to move things forward. I think that this person's energy is a bit more open than yours. You're you're resolute. I don't want to say you're closed off, but because you're not closed off. You're actually feeling quite good about yourself this upcoming week, you know? But you are resolute. Yeah. So, this could be dealing with Libra, Scorpio, Virgo, Cancer, any of the fixed signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Gemini. Yeah. I have all water and air, and then Virgo. Sagittarius, my darlings. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the Two of Swords. So there's some uncertainty here in the energy. I gotta take a drink here. So of two minds about much, not really sure where to go, not really sure what to think. That type of energy may have been surrounding you leading up into this week. A little bit closed off, a little bit protective, not having clarity, but not really in a space where you want to express it yet, you know. Needing some space, needing some time alone, needing some healing may be important this week. And then this says, I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. It says, if we were a parent or anyone wanting to inspire positive behavior from another, we would do our personal vibrational work first. So this is in essence saying, Sagittarius, in order for people treat you how you treat them. If you're closed-minded, people are closed-minded to you. If you are open to new things, people are open to you. If you are loving, people are loving to you. Now, does that mean everyone in the world is going to love and adore you? No. But the primary people that you attract into your life are the most significant evidence of where you're at vibrationally currently. So remember that. And if someone is behaving in a way that doesn't line up with your expectation of them or what you know to be true or deserving, then this is saying, instead of thinking about how they're behaving, think about what you're feeling first, and then let that feeling be your guide as to what the best next thing to do is. It's hard to self-reflect. It takes a lot of emotional intelligence to self-reflect, and an open mind as well. So this is encouraging an open mind, and a bit of self-reflection. Also, maybe a bit of time to yourself this upcoming week. And I feel what will come out of that, Sagittarius, is inspiration. And that's the emotion you want to be in, the emotion of inspiration. To do better, to have better, to reach for better. Also, this is card 47, which breaks down to 11. And the Two of Swords always reminds me of 11. So 11 may be a significant number, or a significant number to look for this week if you're looking for confirmation of manifestation of thought. Looking for confirmation of spirit that you're not crazy and things are going just fine. 1111 may appear on your clock or your phone, or you could see like timestamps and emails with 1111 on it. So, Queen of Cups, the Death card, Six of Cups, and wow, the Strength card. Okay, I have Wilson Phillips, Hold On for One More Day in my head, and I know I have sang that for you before, Sagittarius. Because it reminds me of my sissy. But hold on for one more day. Okay, so I know I've sang this before. I'm not going to go all the way into it. But the significant lyrics that are coming out is, I know you've changed. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? You got no one to blame for your unhappiness. Some of you got yourself into a little bit of a mess emotionally, and that's okay. All right? Or you're dealing with someone like that. But the main confirmation of that specific lyric is, it is of your own doing. not because you're consciously creating that, but because you're not paying attention to your emotional self. So pay attention to your emotions and honor them this week, Sagittarius, because I do feel like you may be a bit more emotional than usual with the Queen of Cups turning up for you. This is a very sensitive and a very caring and a very empathetic type of nature. And that's really being highlighted right here, Sagittarius. And it may be in regards to things that have ended or things that have changed. Yeah, because that was the lyric. I know you changed. So there might have been changes that feel more burdensome than positive, but that's because you're being a bit closed off. You're not seeing the biggest picture. And the biggest picture is, look how strong you are, Sagittarius. Like all of the confidence that's coming out of this, all of the assuredness that's coming out of this. Sagittarius, you're almost motivated from a space of being challenged as a fire sign. You take challenge as motivation, and as you should. So this is saying be strong, you know? There's a lot of past energy flooding through here this upcoming week. Willpower will be important. But I think what's most important is that you don't feel that you always have to be this confident, fiery Sag. You know, because actually, if you really get to know the sign of Sagittarius, they're quite emotional beings. Um, and I think it's okay for this week for you to be in that emotion, you know? Figure it out. Because this need to always be in control or stronger than you have the emotional capacity to be at this moment is not really doing you any favors. So this is saying don't push it beyond what you have to give, you know? So let's see. Person you might be dealing with. I'm losing my voice. Let's see. Person you're dealing with. Wow, Six of Cups, Six of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with someone from your past this week. There might be communication with this person. It's not always the ex. Everybody wants to be like, oh my God, my ex is coming back. Maybe for some of you, it's possible. But most of the time, it's like an old family or friend or somebody who randomly tags you on Facebook or, you know, like just someone you haven't heard from in a while. But it can be anyone. But I feel the past is here for sure. A lot definite communication coming here. You might be reconnecting with a friend from the past, and that helps to pull you out of this emotional funk, or someone you have past history with, some of you, your children, you know. But whatever this communication is, it's helping to pull you out of this very emotional, uncertain energy, and it's pulling you into a more of an inspirational energy. So I feel this is a friend. Even if they're a lover, this is someone that has friendly intentions, you know. And if that's your ex and you're still friends, then great. But you'll know. Then the Fool. And then the Death card. Oh my gosh. It could be Scorpio. Some of you may have that in your chart. So major changes going on your side and on this person's side, and it's in regards to old habits and old ways of thinking that are cycling out. This person's having some sort of new epiphany or beginning this week, and there could be, like I said, a discussion with this person, or communication, you know, and it helps to clear the air. It helps to provide closure for some of you. But I feel like this, you know, after every ending is a new beginning. And so that I see that new beginning here on their side. I don't see it on your side yet. You might not be ready. You might not be in a space of ready just yet for whatever this person is embarking on, you know. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get there. They may want something that you don't. That's quite possible. But I do see that you're on the same page this week. Okay, whether you believe that or not, you know, and a lot of you are like, I don't believe it, you know, with the Two of Swords here, but you don't want to believe it. So whatever you believe is true is true. You know, whatever you believe is true is true. So, but it's energetically speaking, it's here, the ability to move things forward. And like I said, downright a discussion about the past and or a discussion that is allowing for the past to be rehashed, or someone may want that. Leave the past in the past is what I heard. Someone may want to leave the past in the past. Could be you or them. But there is definitely a chapter closing. And it launches this person right into some epiphany or a new beginning or change in behavior. But you're not quite there yet, Sag. You're more like, I'll wait and see what happens to you. Or I'll wait and see what you do, you know? Kind of like that a little bit. So you definitely could be dealing with Scorpio or Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You got yourself into your own mess. Letting your worries pass you by. Don't you think it's worth the time to change your mind? Oh. Who wants to sing the hook with me? Come on. Ready? Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know things have changed? I'm done now. The people who just entered my chat are like, I'm out of here. What is this lady doing right now? I'm singing to y'all. What do you think I'm doing? Hold on for one more day. All right, I gotta take a quick seas breaks over here, and give me 1 second. Just talk amongst yourselves. So we're gonna do Capricorn, Aquarius, then Pisces. Okay, sorry about that. Stretch my legs out for a moment. And grab a quick bite. I'm starving. I've been on here forever. All right, Capricorn. Whoa, okay. The 3 flips. So you have the Five of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Empress. So out of challenges arise new ideas, right? And some of you have been waiting patiently for some sort of new beginning or a new opportunity to launch an idea. There could be some challenges in the energy this upcoming week. Could be a little bit of internal conflict here. But out of that rises something new to give birth to. So you may feel an inspirational tug this week, Capricorn, or you may have felt the inspiration to, go in a different direction, or, start a new idea, or a new idea about self even. And that tug is going to eventually create more abundance in your life. And it's not going to happen overnight, you know what I'm saying? But the reason you're having that desire, the reason you're having that want, whatever this is for you, is for a reason. So I feel like Capricorn, once you follow that and you're patient in the energy and you give yourself self-love and self-care, it can't not come to fruition. The only thing that can stop it from coming to fruition is getting in your own way. Expecting it to be a challenge as opposed to expecting it to be easy and natural. Remember where you place your expectation, Capricorn, because where you place expectation is really important, because oftentimes we get what we expect, we get what we expect. So what are you expecting? Expect the best. Meaning, like, don't anticipate challenges. Don't anticipate the worst. Don't anticipate that there'll be barriers, because all of those barriers can be resolved. And there's so many more solutions than there are problems. Okay. And a lot of people live their whole life, Capricorn, being problem oriented, meaning they naturally give their focus to the issue first. Some people get stuck in the issue. They get so stuck in the problem that they can no longer see the solution. And then they fixate on the problem. Well, here's the problem. Or you know what the problem is? Here's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. Hey, that person, that's the problem with them. That's the problem with that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the problem. Well, who the hell's talking about the solution? Who gives two damn shits about the problem? Excuse my language. Capricorn, you can appreciate language. But it makes no sense to focus on the problem ever, because it's only ever about the solution. Shift your focus. What is the solution? What could go right? What is right about that situation? What is right about that person? What is right about this moment? What is right about me? So be one of the very few people walking this earth that immediately think of the solution first. Yeah? One of my favorite sayings is you always want to be on the periphery of the problem. You want to live your life on the periphery of the problem, not in the problem so much that you are now part of the problem. You want to live your life on the periphery of the problem, where you're separated enough from the problem that you can easily see the solution and be of help to those who are stuck in the problem. That's your goal. Write that down. That will help you to see it from a different angle. It's not that we're trying to avoid problems in life. You can't. You don't want to. You need contrast. But you don't want to be sucked up in it. You want to be on the outskirts. Like, you ever hear people that are constantly in drama, constantly in trouble, constantly creating messes, financial messes, relationship messes, and it's because they're stuck in the problem. They've been stuck there so long, they keep manifesting more problems and more problems and more problems, right? Vice versa, you ever meet people that like always like, why is everything going right for you? Like, why don't you have drama in your life? Well, because those are the people that are smart enough to stand back from the problem and see the solution and focus on the solution, and then they don't get sucked into it. And then they manifest from that space, and they always stay on the periphery of the problem. It's a change of mind. All you gotta do is change your mind. You can be either or. I don't know why I'm going into all this, but I hope it's I hope it's helping you, Capricorn. I always feel like, you know, we all have a spirit guide. Some of us have multiple spirit guides, but I feel like my spirit guide is like Chatty Cathy, Chatty 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 Cathy, Chatty Cathy. And I joked with my husband once that my spirit guide must be like Bumblebee from the Transformers. You know, 'cause Bumblebee can only send music in the movie The Transformers, and I always get messages in music. And I asked my spirit guide, I said, "Are you like Bumblebee?" They thought that was funny. Anyways. Ten of Cups, Queen of Cups, Strength, and the Five of Swords. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Don't get in your own way. Now I have that song in my head. Beautiful, 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 baby. All right, so this is wonderful energy, Capricorn. Ten of Cups. This is being on the periphery. Queen of Cups here. And then the Strength card. Why this, though? What's up with this? So you have all these beautiful energies here, but some of you keep getting stuck in the problem, and you need to get on the periphery of the problem. And you do that by starting to fixate more on the solution. Well, what can you control? And what can you do about that? And can you do anything about it? And if you can't do anything about it, how can you change your mind about it? You know? But I feel like there's so much emotional abundance here for you, Capricorn, whether it's within family or relationships or love. You know, you're going into this energy of being really strong in the way that you feel. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean like emotional maturity here. You know, being able to tap into your softer side, but also being strong when you need to be strong. And that perfect balance there is going to be so important this upcoming week. And this mix of intuitive and sensitiveness, but also fierceness, is really unique, and it's going to pull in more abundance towards you. Like I said, you make it an idea this week that I think is a good to look into, because if you keep moving towards that, it will come to fruition and bring you some sort of abundance within the next 9 months to a year. But you just don't get so caught up in the problem. Don't get so caught up in the problem. Don't get in your own way, because there is a fear here of not having enough, or like past hurts coming back and repeating again, or there's some expectation here that things are going to be a challenge. Remove that thought. It can be a challenge in a good way, or it can be a challenge in a difficult way. That's your choice. But I actually think that you're much stronger than you're giving yourself credit for, some of you, right? So don't let this irrational fear here block your blessings. Let's see what's on this side. Let's see who you're dealing with. All their cards came out. Eight of Swords, the Star, Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Ow. Okay, so if you're dealing with an Aquarius, this is very specific. For those of you dealing specifically with an Aquarius, this person is not to be trusted. or you don't trust them. You could be right in that, or you could be wrong in that. I don't see whether that's right or wrong. I just see there's trust issues. Also, I feel like this person has walked away, but not really. Yeah. Now, for the rest of you, and you could be dealing with any zodiac sign, whoever you're connecting with, they have a lot of fear-based thinking, that I think that they're trying to heal from, but they have a little bit difficulty in doing that because they're really used to the way that their brain thinks. And their brain thinks of worst case scenarios before it thinks of best case scenarios, and they have trust issues and they don't trust themselves. Some of them are being deceptive. You might be connecting with somebody that's downright full of it. Oh, I see. So some of you think that this person has the ability to test you. Yeah, or they do test you. But you have the emotional wherewithal, Capricorn, to, stand in your truth regardless, But this person may be going through some things where they're questioning themselves, they're questioning their faith for some of you. They're questioning whether things are actually working out the way that they want them to, and they really need to get out of that mindset. But they don't. Okay, I have a song playing in my head. Give them something to believe in. I don't know who sings that. Give them something to believe in. This person lacks faith. They don't really know what they believe in. Or they're doubting that this week. They're doubting. Aw. They just doubt that. It's like they have trouble just trusting that things are going to work out. So they think that they have to like steal or manipulate or do something to force an outcome, and it doesn't have to be to that degree that they're actually stealing and manipulating, but they think that they have to like insert their energy to make things happen as opposed to just allowing things to happen. But there's a lot of blockages over here, okay? And they have a false belief about themselves that they keep carrying with them. I don't know what the false belief is about, was what I was going to say, but I think it's their ability to vocalize what it is that they want. They question that. So could be dealing with Aquarius, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini. Aries, Leo, Sag, and Taurus. Sorry, just checking what time it was. Aquarius! Aquarius, Aquarius. Aquarius. Aquarius, you have 8 of Pentacles and 8 of Swords. 8, the Lion's Gate. No way. You have 8, and the full moon that's happening today is in what sign? What? Aquarius. That's right. Hold on to your butts, coconuts. All right, so Aquarius. This is an extremely powerful energy, especially obviously if you have Aquarius sun, but it can also be Aquarius placements in your moon or rising. But this is the energy flipping, okay? And like I was saying earlier, for the collective, what this full moon is going to illuminate the light, illuminate secretive energy within you and external from you. So if there have been secrets, if there have been suppressed emotions, if there has been things you didn't know, you're about to know, okay, whether it's like literally shown to you or your spirit intuition shows the truth to you. All right, so I feel like just be aware of that, you know, and I think that's a good thing because we can't have clarity without the truth, right? But this is a powerful energy. Now, there's two different ways this is going to go this week, Aquarius. It's either going to drive you into the Eight of Pentacles, which is dedication to time, or dedication to self, dedication to you, dedication to your craft and who you are, and work and finances and relationships, or it's going to restrict you from the flow. It's going to pinch you off from the flow. And it may feel very restrictive. It may feel like you don't really know what's coming. It may feel difficult to tap into your intuition, you know. What this is saying is it's your choice. Okay, so don't think that you don't have a choice in how this energy is going to play out. Whatever emotional vibration you're sitting at right now, that's your choice. So, and whatever comes about this week will be a reflection of where your vibration is currently at, which will be eye-opening for some of you, as to whether you're going more towards building yourself up or living in a space of fear. That will be really evident to you this upcoming week. And I'm going to talk about something here, but I'm going to talk about it at the end of the reading because I don't want it to impact the reading. But, yeah. This says, I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. This says, you cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely, angry, worried, or disappointed. So, this Cancer got this energy too. So some of you could be connected with the zodiac sign of Cancer as well. So this is saying you have two choices here this upcoming week, Aquarius. You can look for the things you appreciate in life, things that you're looking forward to, and put all of your attention and energy on assuming the positive and assuming positive intent. And that is what you'll reap, because this week will be instant manifestation all the way till August 14th. And that's really rare. Usually it takes a while to go from our thoughts down through the ether. But because of the astrological alignments, it'll be really easy to manifest this week, which is really great if you're in a good emotional space. If you're in a good emotional space, this is going to be an amazing freaking week. And so set your intentions, think positive thoughts, assume the best. The full moon will bring it into alignment. Now, if you have been suppressing things or not been on the up and up, and you're in this place of anxiety and fear because this energy is making you feel out of control and you're worried about this and you're worried about that, what do you think you're going to manifest? So Aquarius, you know, get really, really comfortable with the fact that you deserve the best, assume the best. You know you've worked towards it. There's no need to fear. Okay, whatever's going to be shed to light is fine. Go with it. Go with the flow of it. Let it empower you, not disempower you. And look for appreciation in everything this week. Even in the worst. And I'm going to tell you how I applied this as an Aquarius, obviously. Just recently I applied this, but I'll do the reading first. Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles. The Chariot and the High Priestess. So, look at this. Look at this dynamic here. Huh? Aquarius, if you want for others to for the good in you, you've got to look for the good in them. That's going to be really important this week. And I know that some of you don't like that saying. And I always get one person in the chat that's like, I'm not being nice to a narcissist. You got to cut them out. I'm not saying invite a narcissist into your life. I'm not saying put up with emotional or physical abuse. I'm saying you can still see the human in someone regardless and keep your boundaries up. You can have empathy and keep your boundaries up. Okay, so I am never talking about allowing someone in your physical space and then showing them that love, although if you're comfortable, fine. I'm saying in your emotional self, it will never harm you to try and find a good emotional feeling about a person, regardless of who you believe they really are. It's a true mark of spiritual evolution when we can do that. So I say all that to say, look for things you appreciate. And why is that important? Because you want to be appreciated. And the energy is set up this week where you're going to get what you give, get what you give, get what you give. And it's going to happen like this. So you're going to have to be really careful about what emotional space you're coming from. And just remember that this week, it's going to be very important. Okay, so maybe not come at it like that. Maybe not be that kind of Aquarius, you know, the biting Aquarius, the one that's defensive, the one that has a point to prove, the Aquarius you can be when you over exude those masculine qualities, whether you're male or female, that actually push away things that you want. Yeah. And you're going to want to be more like this part of Aquarian nature. Now, this part of Aquarian nature is the part of you that is grounded, the part of you that is fixed, the part of you that understands the bigger purpose and the higher meaning, the part of you that is caring and takes ownership. And with that energy, you're going to have fast momentum forward. And your third eye may open up this week. Some of you may have been working on spirituality and meditation. And if so, Aquarian, this is a very spiritual energy. It's here for you. You might get a higher knowing. You might get messages. You might get epiphanies, deja vu, synchronicities. Like I said, the energy is so intense for Aquarius this week that it's, you know, you're going to see the truth of everything and everyone. And you're not going to have a choice in that. And you might not like what you see, you know. You might not like what you see in yourself, but just give empathy and give appreciation for the ability to see the bigger picture, for the ability to be connected to source, and things will be fine. Because now I have the mantra, which is my favorite mantra: everything is working out for you. Everything is working out for you. Everything is working out for you. So if you find yourself getting really anxious this week, Aquarius, and it gets hard for you to control that, that's the mantra I want you to use. I want you to just sit with yourself for a second and just remind yourself that everything is working out for you. Everything is working out for you in divine order. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to guilt about or feel sad about. There is only good, and good things are coming for you, and you are not your past, you are your future, and you are not who they think you are who you know yourself to be true. The divine loves you, it's here for you, remember that. So let's see who you might be dealing with. Okay. The Six of Swords, the Hangman, The Page of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords. So this reminds me of Libra's reading. If you have Libra aspects in your chart or are dealing with one, definitely check it out. In that there's hasty communication here. So Aquarius, whoever this is that you're dealing with, they are in this momentum forward, and they're gaining some enlightenment on their own. They're open to new friendships, or they may be feeling pulled to, do like a peace offering to you if you haven't been speaking to this person, or to be more friendly towards you. If this is somebody you're currently connected with and they've been emotionally a bit detached or distanced, I feel like they will, after they think about it for a minute, they will come back to self and be more emotionally open for you this week. But there's a sense of heaviness on this person's side, and they feel really restricted, or maybe feeling this restriction this upcoming week, having trouble expressing themselves the way that they mean it, or the way that, feeling like there's blockages between how they feel and what they say, or they know how they feel, but they're not able to say what they want to say for whatever reason. There could be mental blockages or literal things that stand in their way from doing that. But I feel like it's getting heavy over here. So they may hastily, they may be making decisions out of haste and fear, as opposed to dedication and assuming the best, And it may cause, like I said in Libra's reading, it may cause like hasty communication, like this person reaching out and like their text kind of doesn't make sense, or, they just kind of like impulsively decide to say something, write something, call you, or you're having a conversation with this person and they I don't know, they speak before they think, that type of vibe. And I feel like the reason that is Aquarius is because they've been sitting on whatever this is for so long, that it's like, I got to get it all out at once. Blah, 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 blah. Did that make any sense? No? Okay. Like that. Somebody could be not making sense, not really making sense to you. But that's kind of where they're coming from, But look for things that you appreciate about this person, even whether they're in your life or not in your life. Look for things you appreciate about this person, or what you appreciate about this connection, being a part of your life, in your life, or past tense, because that will encourage this person to be more like the Page of Cups, which is more open to expression of emotion and more interested in like a friendly exchange, versus if your energy is closed off, Aquarius, and you're assuming the worst in this person, that energy could flip on this side and they could be very angry towards you, like an angry mob, like that. So, like, if you think about what the overall message was, Aquarius, basically what I told you is what your emotion is what you're going to manifest instant this week. So if you are emotionally in this space where you are defensive and you are whatever, the Queen of Swords, like I talked about earlier, that's the reaction you're going to get. Whatever your reaction is, that's their reaction. And then when you're more at peace, then that's their reaction. So this person's energy will flip based on your response. Or their emotions change based on yours, or vice versa. So this should be interesting. You can definitely come back and let me know, please. how this week goes in particular. Very, very interesting. You could be dealing with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag. I have all of them here, so take it as it resonates. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys my story real quick. No response is a response. That's right. That's right. True. I don't think I have ever not responded to someone though. And can I tell you why? It's cruel. I mean, and everybody has their own like threshold for what they can handle. So what's true for me may not be true for you. But I don't care how bad or dirty a person is done, and I've had people do me really, really, really dirty. I have never wanted to, if like that person reached out to me and was being genuine, I have always given a response. Now, my response may just be a few words like it's okay or it's fine or whatever. But I don't ever want to be put in a situation where I don't get a response because I feel like it's disrespectful and I feel like it's purposely hurtful. Like you're purposely intending to hurt someone by giving them the silent treatment. And that's to me that's worse than texting back like don't call me, I hate you. You know? And I think that's cruel. I do. Some people say, okay, that no, you have to assert your boundaries. And maybe that's true. But I haven't found a circumstance where there wasn't a different solution that couldn't be like if you're emotionally mature enough, that couldn't have been handled a different way, you know? So, and yeah, I'll give you a good example. I have a YouTube watcher that has been following me for a long time, and this person loves to send me stuff that they know offends me. Well, it's hard to offend me, but they send me stuff that they know I don't like, and they know that because I told them I don't like that. I respect you, but please don't send that to me anymore. And that yet they keep doing it, and they keep doing it. And I did tell this person, and then I cut them off. I said, yeah, basically that I don't want you to send this to me anymore, and then I blocked them. Um, and they found me on a different account and apologized to me. And to be honest with you, I didn't have any ill feelings towards this person whatsoever. I messaged him back and I said, that's okay. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't message me again, but don't feel bad about it. And then, yeah. So there's other ways to handle it, I think. But I did say don't message me again. I don't know. Is that meaner than no response? Maybe. Just my opinion. Anyways, I was going to tell you about a story about Aquarius, but I'm not going to because it's getting too late, and I already told that story. And I don't even know why I went on that tangent. But all I'm saying is that's fine if that's what you want. If you feel that there's no answer needed, by all means, do that and respect yourself. But just know if you don't want that done to you, then don't do it to someone else. Because it will definitely be done back to you. It will definitely be done back to you. Maybe not by that same person, but you will definitely find yourself in a situation where you really want to say something and that person won't answer you back. Because karma always comes back around. So, this week especially, Aquarius, give what you want to receive. Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles. And, the people I don't know. I'm going to stop there. I've lost respect for people for doing things like that, for sure. It's games. All right, Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles, uncertainty and control. Pisces. Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles. How can you be uncertain about what you want, but then also be in control? It's a false sense of control when we do this, okay? So I feel like there's something here that you're not really sure about, but at the same time, you're not really willing to budge. But this also could be a sense of not wanting to budge or make a major decision because you don't know what you want. And if that's the case, then Pisces, that's totally fine, right? Because you don't really want to be making choices from a place of being uncertain. So let's see how this plays out. This says, I have the power to direct my own thoughts. Man, I'm telling you, I have all these cards, and yet I always get like the same 4 or 5. And I have shuffled these so many times. Okay. So who else got this? Gemini, maybe? I have the power to direct my own thoughts. Your thoughts do create the reality that you live, and one of the most exciting things about beginning the process of deliberately focused thought is that law of attraction will bring you evidence of your improved thought immediately. So if you're uncertain about whatever choice this is to make, Pisces, or you've been of two minds about something, this is saying, well, you're of two minds about it because of the way that you're thinking about it. So when trying to decide what the next best action would be for me, get into a space where you just assume that it's going to work out for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your mind set up where you start focusing on what you want to come next and not what came before that and not what is, right? And start directing your thoughts towards more future-oriented thoughts and less past energy. Some people say the past is the best predictor of the future, and I say that's only true if you expect that to be true. The past only repeats itself when we're focused so much on the past and we're thinking about it and we're feeling it so much that we actually allow it to continue to manifest into our future. And that's when the past repeats, because we are still focused on figuring that problem out. Why did that go that way? How come it didn't go this way? When we start letting our mind get stuck there, then because we're giving it focus and we're giving it focus and we're giving it focus, you manifest it again into your future reality. Maybe not the same exact situation, maybe not the same people, but the same lesson, the same feeling, the same emotion. You know what I'm saying? So my point is when you think about this, Pisces, I want you to think about not what happened in the past, because that's done, but what can happen differently in the future, because that has yet to be. And that's where all of your control is. You have no control in the past. You only have control over the future. How many of us waste a good portion of our life focused on things that have already happened versus what's going to happen next? A lot of time. We're evaluators. We're natural analyzers of our environment. So when things happen, we naturally want to overanalyze the shit out of it. And it's mostly because we don't want to repeat that, right? It's mostly because that hurt and I want to know why it hurt so I don't do it again. And that's okay. But there's analyzation and then there's hyper-analyzation. Analyze it, be done with it, but don't keep coming back to it and coming back to it and coming back to it. And well, let me think about it this way. Oh, I didn't see it from that perspective. Let me think about it. Let me watch a reading on this. Actually, let me pull this up on my Facebook. Let me think about this a different way. Let me think about it this way. I didn't think about it that way. So that hyper focus is all you're telling your brain is, I want to experience that again. I'm so focused on it, I want to experience it again. Some of you do. Some of you don't. But you're not paying attention to where your thoughts are going, and it's throwing you off. So I don't know what's with all my tangents today. Very few people think about their thoughts. And really the only thing separating an intuitive person, an intuit, empath, psychic, versus everyone else is not some special gift that they have that you don't have. It's that those people have learned the practice of watching your thoughts. And it's a difficult concept for people to wrap their mind around because they think that they are their thoughts, not realizing that the divine is always speaking to you through that channel. And yes, some of them are the junk that you know, like a commercial that pops into your head and stuff like that. But most of it is divine messages. They're divine messages that you are ignoring literally every day, thinking that somewhere outside of you there's an answer that you don't already have. So if you're working on becoming an intuitive yourself, or a card reader, or a psychic, everyone on earth is an intuit. Everyone on earth is an empath. Everyone on earth is their own psychic. It's just a lot of people haven't practiced thought. They have not practiced thought. They have not observed their thoughts because their life is so busy and so hectic. They're too busy reacting to life to sit in that thought. Five of Swords. Ooh, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. Okay, so if there's been a defeat, fear, rejection, loss in the past energy, and that's what had you uncertain, then I feel like there's either a new connection coming through here or a renewed connection and absolute victory this week. You know, this is like feeling renewed in love, feeling a sense of excitement, feeling like you've overcome a lot. You know, it's really hard to go from the Five of Swords to the Six of Wands. In this space, you have no power. You have given your power away. You just feel like you are a victim of circumstance when you're in the Five of Swords energy. And you may have felt that way in the past, like you were experiencing the world, like the world was happening to you as opposed to you creating it. And it gave your power away because you felt powerless, so to speak. But whatever made you feel powerless in the past energy, well, there's going to be a quantum leap here into feeling more confident, feeling more successful, feeling more comfortable with who you are. And because you're getting in that space, Pisces, you have a very significant connection here, a soulmate connection here. It could be a new connection or a current connection, and there's so much love here. So there's a sense of like love wins or something like that, you know, or like you're overcoming this because of self-love. Love wins. It's like, if I could tell you, like I see like a neon sign in my head that's literally flashing, love wins. Love wins, love wins. And then I have the song lyric from Mariah Carey. Love takes time to heal when you're hurting so much. That's a random song to get. That's an old song. That's like from the 90s. Love takes time to heal when you're hurting so much. What I let you go. I guess what I'm gathering from that song is you might have had a lot of fear and rejection as it pertains to love, whether that was from intimate partners or family, friends, things like that. And that puts you in that space of reaction mode, expecting it to happen again. That's what it is. To this uncertain mode, not really understanding how much control you actually have over the power of emotion thought. And this week, there's someone here or a connection here or a connection between ego and self that helps you to realize on the horizon, and there's a victory here. So you have Temperance, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Swords. Could be doing a Libra or Aquarius. They had Knight of Swords in that placement as well. So this person over here, they're asserting their independence, absolutely. And there's some karmic things that they're dealing with, all right? And they're not exactly the happiest about that. This person's going to be very moody this week, or may go from like wanting to be by themselves or wanting to be independent, and then kind of wanting to speak their mind, and then kind of going back to wanting to be with themselves or independent, you know? There's some sort of communication here that is wrapped around divine timing, meaning like there is a chapter closing on this person's side and their energy, and there's something that needs to be communicated, or they want to communicate because of that or as a result of that. All right, so if they have been maybe more focused on themselves than you, or you know, trying to be more independent of the connection, then there's some sort of divine timing here where this person is coming to the realization, Pisces, that there is something they would like to say, or there is a piece of their mind they would like you to have, and that could be good or bad, you know. And it's like about damn time, you know, or it's only a matter of time before things are expressed truthfully. But it will come out in the wash, more than likely during the full moon and the 8-8. More than likely. So that's interesting. This person could be just not thinking before they talk this week, you know? Or they may have a bad habit of doing that. It could certainly be an air sign, but it could be Sagittarius as well as Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. But I have Pisces and Cancer here. Aries, Leo, Sag. It doesn't matter so much really what this person does, because you are coming to some sort of resolve here. And I got the word resolved in Scorpio's reading as well. But there's definitely success coming through, you know. So I'm out of, my voice is gone. 3 hours. Okay. You could already named off the signs you could be dealing with. But thank you guys for joining me and entertaining me for 3 hours. I love you. Most of you have stayed in here the entire time, and that is so awesome. That is so awesome. I'm so grateful for your love and support. Don't forget to check these t-shirts out in my shop. They should be posted today or tomorrow. And you can get your own, and yes, there'll be one for every zodiac sign. In addition to that, I'm going to leave it there. The mid-August readings are going to be coming out within the week. I am on a little bit of a sabbatical this week, so they may not come out in the usual order or on the usual days that I do them, but I'll make sure that they're out nonetheless. So look for those. Those are the you versus them readings. Till next time, my friends. Loving you so much, and namaste. Bye.